kind of fuzzy picture. Whoop. There we go. That's a little clearer. I don't know how well this is going to work today, but we'll see. Oh, sharpen my tungsten. Wake up, everybody. Yeah, had to sharpen my tungsten from yesterday. Don't know who's watching, but appreciate y'all. Camera's probably a little close, but I don't really, my tripod broke, so I don't know what to do with it. Oh, I'm plugging my other light here. That'll probably blind everybody. I'm a little late getting out here this morning. That actually made it worse, didn't it? Let's see which one's killing the feed here. Sorry about that bright light. Gotta do it. I gotta see, I'm blind, I'm old. But we're making rod holders, so I don't have but 6 more to weld up the crossbars, and we'll get those done. Put on my Zorro gloves. That's what I'm calling them, Zorro gloves. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but KWAI, appreciate you being in here. Howdy, howdy. Actually, I forgot to clean that. Just taking some Scotch-Brite and stroking my rod here. Yeah. There's some stuff on these rods sometimes, since they, get in shipping, and sometimes you get a little spot you just got to really work on. And then you got to get them clean. See, there's another spot right there. But you want that rod clean so you can get a good weld, especially when you're TIGging. Now, I know being in TikTok mode, there's going to be a bunch of people in here that I have no idea who is. CMP9, sub-channel machine gun. I'm trying to read chat. My eyes are old. Kick and flip. Oh yeah, don't stop. I'm close. Anyways. Yeah, for those that are new in here, I'll give you a little overview of my shop. So, like, There's my old 64 Rambler, my V8 Rambler I'm working on. This is my welding station. There's the brake where I do my bending and stuff. There's the jig pouring station there. So I appreciate the thumbs up, guys. Remember, thumbs up. So, but we're gonna do some welding. I kind of want to stick you where you can see better, but I don't know. My tripod broke is my problem. I'm using my oil jug prop there to hold y'all up. But like I said, you know, you see me rolling around, that's because I'm in a wheelchair. Man's got to do what a man's got to do, right? But like I say, be respectful. I appreciate you subbing as well. Be respectful. We don't do no. Hey, there's Kevin. How you doing, Palmetto Cats? But like I said, we're doing a little tigging today. So we'll see how this goes. I may not be looking at the screen too much. Here, let me do something here real quick. I don't know if I can do it while I'm live. Take off my glove. Make y'all whoops. Driving to work. There you go, Kevin. I got you as a mod. Some of these people in here, I have no idea who they are. And you know, when you get on TikTok mode, they want to put a bunch of junk up there. Hey, Bobby! Hope y'all are having a great day. Let me tig these up, get them started, and we'll come back to chat. Now they got a couple mods in here. We can keep an eye on the people trying to post bad stuff. You know what? I set my TIG rod down now. What did I do with that? Oh, I dripped on the floor. All right, I'm gonna drop some metal here. My ground, come on ground, give me some ground. Get us a little spot to hold her in place. Pop her out. Check her for level. Do a little tap tap. Get her level. Same with that one. Set her back in there. There's a whole process to this thing, and it takes a minute just to, because I want them to be flat and straight. I don't want them to move. Lock that one down. Do a little contortionism right here. That, the one welding process I haven't learned yet. What's up, Double Hook? Hey, still in you? Yeah, the TIG is easy. I strike an arc with the TIG, and then it just, as it goes, I put this rod, right? Like, here's the puddle. Put the rod right on the edge of the puddle, just into the spark, and give me a couple little drippy drops. Now, I'm not saying I'm a professional TIG welder because, you know, they don't all look super pretty like, you know, you would think TIG does. They look about like that, but you know the old saying, grinder and paint make you the welder you ain't. All right, I have to do these up. Come on, ground, work for me. That one puddled on the end of mine. All right, it's so humid out here. My head keeps fogging over. There we go. It was just too thin in that spot. One little bitty hole right there. So there you go. Now, TIG welding to me is not that difficult. The hardest part is getting, you know, your when you get your drop to go on there, you know, to stack it to where it looks real pretty. You know, but those will suffice for a sturdy rod holder. Now, there's other guys that are making rod holders out there, and they can TIG better than me. You know, that's Adam from Cat Claws. He's using a pulse technique. The pulse technique, to me, it does great when you're on thinner stuff, but when you're using this big heavy rod, that pulse doesn't penetrate the metal enough, especially since I only have a 150 amp torch. Now I have a 200 amp torch that I bought, but I got to still get the adapter that goes into the machine to lock in. Hey Don, 3 nights, Avid, welcome in. So, I mean, that's just kind of, everybody does it a little bit different, and like I said, I'm doing this for structural. I want it to look better than MIG weld. I got a brain fart there, I had to think. I want the TIG weld to look better than the MIG weld, and the TIG weld does look better. It keeps it cleaner, it doesn't splatter everywhere, so that's why I use it. But also I can put the ampage to it that I want and make it look good, or at least good enough. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional welder by any means. I taught myself. I didn't know how to TIG very well at all. I would always mess it up. So I just watched a couple YouTube videos of what they were doing, you know, close up, you know, stuff, and figured it out. Now, like I said, you can make it pretty and go, you know, dink, 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 all of that, you know, same direction and stuff. But like I said, these things are getting painted. I take the little grinder wheel, here it is. I take my little die grinder and clean the high spots up a little bit. So, like I was saying, there's a little high spot right there on the top of that little high spot right there. So you just take and buff them up a little bit, and they look really well. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31. So I did 31 of these yesterday, or 30 of them yesterday in a couple hours. It takes a little while because you got to clean. Of course, it's going to take longer today because I'm sitting here talking. But I'll do these. I've only got a few more, and I'll get them done. I'm behind. I haven't done nothing for the last week and a half because I've been doing other stuff and help my son on his Forerunner. We had my youngest son's 26th birthday, and these ones that I put in here that don't fit, I go and bend them because when you bend them, it shortens them up a little bit. Because I've got them cut so tight where I can get them down in there. I'll beat them down in there, but then it'll open it up about 1/16 of an inch. See, that one fits perfect. And then also I got my bent ones in here as well. So you put them up in there. But I'll get this one tacked down here again real quick. Oh, it's a humid morning. My hood keeps clogging up on the inside because I'm talking and breathing too heavy. Make sure they're level. That one's good. That one's hard. Take my hammer and go tappy, tappy, tappy. I'll put too heavy of a weld on that one. I should only went 2 daubers instead of 3. Now beat it into submission. See, I want them to be straight across, not at an angle. I know old Avid in here, he's got quite a few of these rod holders, and he got a couple that were a little bit on the leaning side, because that was before I was making a bunch of them and stuff. He got some of the first ones for sure. But I'm going to make about, I got 150 left over that rod, so I got plenty to do. I just haven't done it. I wanted to get it all done in a few weeks, but then I started having some, like, my back was killing me. Herniated another disc. So, hey, Mike. Good heavens, David. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. No, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. I've been out here for an hour already, just cleaning up, messing around. I got up at 4 today, my time. I did go to bed at like, I think it was almost 8:45 last night, so I was a little late getting to bed. But this morning I just tossing and turning and I couldn't sleep, which is usually the case about 4 in the morning. Get up, I get a couple cups of coffee. I'm only allowed 2 nowadays. I drink 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then for the rest of the day, just water. And if I do have something else to drink, it's like generic Crystal Light stuff. So nothing in it except for a little food coloring and some flavoring, but no sugar. So basically we call it Kool-Aid, even though it's not Kool-Aid. That's just the generic term that we use. And but I'm eating real healthy. If you notice that my belly has gone away, I went from a size 44 pants to a size 38 pants. I've lost 50 pounds as of yesterday. So 50 pounds down since the heart attack. And, you also got to do a little bit of beefing up as well, But you got to be careful when you have a heart attack. You don't want to blow your heart up trying to lift weight. So do it slow and controlled. And you could concentrate on the curl more that way, that kind of thing. But 50 pounds down, people. I'm telling you, I'm getting there. I've got 30 more pounds to lose. Right now, I'm 210 pounds. I want to be 180. So, I think I did really well. one spot. So you know when you're welding through a foggy helmet, it's like looking out your window of your car in the morning before the defrost has kicked in. So I got 2 spots I gotta fix. See the smoke coming off the back of my glove. Tracy, hey, what to get into welding? Do you have any tips? Yeah, watch a bunch of YouTube videos. That's what I did. No, keep a sharp point. So like that time I accidentally touched, and you see how it's got a booger on there? It looks like something that's a little, you know, naughty. So you just take your rod out and sharpen your rod real quick. So let me sharpen this. So that's tip number 1. Keep a sharper tip. Your arc will control out more, because if you have that boogered in, that arc wants to do, you know, jump around on your spot, so you'll get a bigger, wider, nastier weld. So that's a tip for you. Like I said, I've only been TIG welding for a few months. So literally just for a few months. I had to learn because I wanted my welds on these rod holders to look better than what I was doing. And then the other thing is, there's another company out there that, if I was making rod holders like them without a foot plate, I can make, that was only a couple hours yesterday. So if I was doing like them, I can make 150 to 200 a day and just pump out some, you know, basic rod holders. You know, just do this right here and then go bend my bends. And you can just use those 2 bars and have a good rod holder. But I want to go that extra mile. I want to weld these foot plates in there to where you actually have a true rod holder. You know, something to stop at the ground, have the proper length spikes every time. You know how deep it's running. You got something for that rod to rest on, you know, that kind of thing. So it's not that I'm saying mine are better, but I think mine are better. Foot plates, you need them. Also, my foot plates have holes in them so you can screw that sucker to the dock. You don't need some extra bracket that you got to pay extra for. You know, that kind of stuff. We'll get to welding some of them foot plates on here in a minute. I'm going to be live for another hour or so. Just give y'all something. Excuse me while I stroke my rod here. You gotta get the tip too. Don't forget it. It's early enough in the morning. There shouldn't be any kids in here, so I'll just be a little ornery. Come on, Rod, get off the ground. When you're trying to pick the rod up off the ground with your fingers, don't work. You know how hot it is in this shop this morning? It's only 67 degrees, but the humidity is off the chart, man. I probably shouldn't even have the shop door open, but I do. See, look, I got the shop door open. It's dark as it can be dark outside. The good thing about it is, you know, you guys hear me running that grinder, even with the shop door open. The only neighbor that really ever hears it, the only neighbor that ever really hears it is right there, and they are literally 100 yards away. So it's not like I'm making a lot of noise. There's the guys coming to work over there. That's a bar and a restaurant over there. And they've been coming pretty early in the morning. and working 12, 14-hour days over there. See him backing up. They, let me lay this down so I get back up the ramp. Them guys over there bought the bar. It used to be CJ's. The lady's name was Connie, so CJ. I think it was Connie and her husband back in the day, or Connie and her sister. I don't remember what the J stands for, but anyways, they bought it, and now it's going to be Salt City Brewery, which they have one in Hutch. And I looked up the reviews. It's all right, but I don't go to the bar because I don't drink. And I can't afford their food because like a hamburger is like $12. But I wouldn't eat the bun, so you know, just kind of a waste of my time and effort. Get my... Now, let's get this tacked in real quick. The other tip is, when you are welding, leave your tungsten by it when you stop, so it can share the heat and it'll cool down a little slower, and that way it doesn't booger your end as well. Because if you pull back off of there too fast, the oxidization just in the air and this moisture, that'll corrode that tip. And then you'll get some popping and stuff and some ugly weld junk. But I'm a firm stickler in checking every one of them, make sure that now they're straight. See, that one did perfect. Then I'll relock it all back down, and I'm going to take this one, because when you weld that top, that rod wants to lift. So I take this one and pin that baby down. I just touched the rod to my tip. Got a little, I boogered that tip up again already. You know, I'll probably spend 20 minutes a day sharpening tips. But like I said, I'm not the best. I just do the best I can with what I got. With my skills, my limited skills. Come on, dang it, David. See, I boogered that end up again. That one's probably boogered enough. I need a fresh tip. I broke that little BB off the end of it so I can sharpen it. Give me a second. But the other good thing about living in where I live, hey 205, how you doing? The other good thing about living where I live is I do live in a business district, so city ordinance doesn't apply here about noise. I can work all night long and there ain't nothing the neighbors can say. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, living in the business district sometimes a good thing. What the heck? No way! I just broke my welding helmet. Nuh-uh. Where'd that piece go? What the heck? The other piece is sitting in my chair. I can't believe I just did that. It did, it broke. Oh, hell. See if we can get it to fix itself here. The end of this plastic knob, I mean, dang it, it's not going to stay. The end of that waller broke off or spread out or whatever you want to call it. I don't have a spare. I don't even have a spare hood that works right. See if we can get this to hold. Gotta be gentle with it. Let's see if it holds in there. Man! I was so proud to get this Lincoln helmet, but now I'm kind of... They make stuff so cheap anymore. And it's not staying on the top of my head. It's wanting to fall. I can feel it. I don't like handling 3 feet of rod. I'd rather handle 18 inches. Well, darn it. I know this is going to be an issue for me today. I got some welding to do, and I don't want to... Be gentle with your hood, Dave. Oh, my ground fell off too. This hood is not going to stay now. This is going to be a problem. This is going to make me mad. Yeah, that lock on the back of this thing is not holding in place. Zip, tie, and go. Yeah, right. Hey, misplaced country girl. I gotta take my glove off so I can scroll. I don't think I'm missing chat here. This whole TikTok mode thing, I don't know about. Tracy Whipple, hey, yeah, so I didn't miss nothing. Yeah, this whole TikTok mode, I don't know about it. It's all right. You get more views on it, it seems like. Now, man, I can't even get my hand back in my glove. It's so humid. I gotta go to the dentist this morning too. So this like already started. My hood breaks. I keep touching my tip. I gotta go to the dentist. Of course, I'm just getting a cleaning, so no big deal. But jump off of it, Dave. Make sure I didn't leave no holes, like right there. I'm almost scared to turn this, tilt my head up. Gonna break it again. I'm gonna have to go get me a new one. I gotta go to Wichita today to go to the dentist, so. Ouch, that hurt my leg. You know what? 205's not even. I thought 205, I thought you had a wrench. Give me this. Yeah, see, when you're welding and doing stuff like that, people are just going to jump in and out. It's already hot today. I mean, it's humid. That's what it is. All right. All right, there you go, Bobby. I already got Bobby. There you go, 205. I was looking at 922 when I said Bobby. Sorry. Looking at his comment. All right. This one didn't get quite spread enough. But like I said, if I'm just making basic rod holders, that right there would be enough. And once you bent that and stick it in the ground, but I want hefty, you know, some strength. You know what I mean? It's always fun to mess around with you guys. I don't do enough lives, and that's my problem. There we go. We'll get that sucker to be in there. I don't do enough lives. I know I don't. But my biggest thing is I just don't know if people like it or not. Like this. I mean, do you guys like watching people be in the shop, or you just in here to hang out? I mean, it don't matter to me. Y'all are watching. I think it's fun to weld. I really do. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it when my hood breaks, but we'll deal with it. Hi again. I want to say quiet, but I don't know if that's right. Then sometimes I get stuck, so you gotta use your hammer. I'm not a fan of these tension clamps, but they work. They're I bought this metal table that's over here that you're sitting on at Harbor Freight, and it came with all these, so I just drilled a couple holes in my table, my bench over here where I like to weld, and they work great, but they're just not the best in the world. Now, if I was MIG welding these, I'd already had them all done. Hey, Bill Sims. Howdy, boy. I seen a guy catching big flatheads in downtown Wichita. Yeah, he's probably at Lincoln Street. They got a bridge so you could get on Google. Look at the Arkansas going through. And yes, in Kansas, we call it the Arkansas, just like the state of Arkansas, not Arkansas. I don't care. We call it the Arkansas River. We call the state of Arkansas, not Arkansas, because it's not Arkansas. There's no W at the end. It's Arkansas. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But anyways, the Arkansas River runs through Wichita. If you get on Google, you can look, and you can see the Lincoln Street Bridge, and there's a little dam there. And they catch a lot of big flatheads right there. So, I mean, I'm talking, there's guys that, they've caught 80-pounders down there. But also in Cheney Reservoir, they catch plenty of 70s. I mean, most people don't post the pictures, but I've seen plenty of pictures. So, especially when they go noodling in the river north of it. And Cheney Reservoir is the only thing that runs into. And it's only like 40 miles long running into there, or 50 miles long, however long it is. So, and it's usually only 6 inches deep. So they're, they're living in the lake, but spawning in the rivers. They'll go up the river during the summer and stuff, but winter they're back in the lake. But also Cheney Reservoir has made it to where you can catch 10 blue cats now. It used to be it was a 2 blue cat limit, and they had to be over 30. Well, now it's a 10 blue cat limit and 1 over 30. So you could go and catch, 10 to 20-inch fish. I mean, 10 to 29-inch fish and keep 10 of them, but one of them over 20. I mean, one of them over 30 inches. So that means the blue cat population in Cheney Reservoir is exploded over the last few years. And doing their shocking program, they found that out. And so they opened it up, and blue cats taste better than anything else. I won't even eat a channel cat or a flathead. I don't eat the flatheads out of respect for the flathead because they're on a decline. Now that they've opened it up to noodling in Kansas, the flathead population's being decimated. So they just opened it up to noodling probably 6 or 7 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But since they've done that, the giant flatheads have gone way down. Plus, you're putting your life in danger when you're noodling. I had a friend that died when I was a kid because we were noodling and he stuck his hand in there, it bit his hand and wouldn't let go and he drowned. I mean, he was just a young boy, so. I'll arc you off, Mom. Pulled away too quick on that one for sure. Ah! My head started to move on me and I touched my tip again. But I'm still going to use it. Just fill this little hole I left right here. Get that one there. Yeah, you're not throwing the arc where I want it, are you? Man, this hood is going to drive me nuts now. Dang it. Maybe get one of my other helmets down. Good morning from Maine. I lost a 20+ inch salmon on the fly rod yesterday. Well, yeah, that's not good. That'd have been a fun fight too. What weight fly rod you use? I have a 4 and a 5, but that's all I use down here. But we just fish for trout, bluegill, crappie, that kind of stuff. Ended up with 2 native brookies. Smaller ones, but still fun. You're definitely right. I like using my 4-weight fly rod. And when you get into a 20 to 24 inch rainbow, man, that's some fun right there. And then every once in a while, you catch a 4 or 5 pound bass off of it. Play it for about 15 minutes to get it in. By then, the bass gives up because it just completely wore out. So, but let me sharpen this tip again. The other thing is my family inside sleeping don't even hear this grinding because that dang wall is a firewall, so it blocks a lot of sound. And it's got asbestos on the inside because this building was made in 1920. So it's got asbestos insulation in the wall, but it also has, which is, you know, I mean, it's solid. The walls are solid, so none of that stuff's getting out. So don't worry about our health. We've already had it checked out. And then it's got 1/4 inch asbestos board on the inside as well that got sheetrock over it. So, you know, it's all encapsulated and ain't going nowhere. But also in the attic of this thing is 3 foot of blown in asbestos cellulose insulation as well. You just go up there, with a mask for, a double respirator breather thingy. But I ain't been up there, being in the wheelchair. I'm not climbing up no ladder that far. Only got 2 more to do, and then we'll put on a few foot plates. But like I said, if y'all want some more rod holders, I'm going to have plenty for sale here real quick. I got 10 left, 4 that are painted and 6 that are not. So I used up the stock that I had in inventory. So that's why I'm out here trying to get some more built up. And if you guys are wanting rod holders, mine are not terribly expensive, but some people may think so. I charge $25 a piece for mine, and when the website's done, it will they'll go up to $27. And then here's the thing with the website. The website, we've been working on it, and we're having troubles with the shopping cart, so it's not done yet. So people are dropping out of here like flies. We only got 9 now. Must be some other shows on already. But I do appreciate y'all that are staying with me, staying in here. Appreciate the ones that are new in here. Remember, like and subscribe. As everybody says, it don't cost anything. And we put out okay content. I'm not saying I'm the best by any means as far as content, but we try. You know, I mean, if I'm going to go fishing, I might as well share my fishing experiences with y'all. And if I'm going to be in the shop, I do a little live once in a while to, you know, share that. Hey, Misplaced Country Girl. Went and did a quick daily garden harvest. Right on. Yeah, I've been harvesting peppers like crazy, but you know, that's the only thing I grew is peppers. I didn't do an update last month because Gregory went out and stripped it all clean before I went and did the video. And then I'm gonna do a video again in a few days. I may even do one today. I'll do a little video about my garden out there, showing you all the peppers that I got. Let's see if we can get this broken hood to stay. As you can see, the dang thing is like slipped off to the side. It doesn't want to set center in the back of my head. I'm just trying to get it to hold long enough to weld. I could already feel it sliding. That one was good too. Usually I can, you know, they wiggle in there a little bit, and usually I can get them fairly straight, but for now, if you want rod holders, you're just gonna have to holler at me, send me a message or an email to doublehookanglin@gmail.com, and then I get your rod holder out to you. I get them. Right now I'm only doing them in orange, and if you want another color, it's $2 extra. Yeah, so I'm doing them only in orange. If you want, like some guys, they like yellow. So I will do yellow at no other upcharge because the yellow lays down nice and it just really locks onto it and stuff. Blackberries and a few raspberries. Blackberries are good. We got blackberry bushes out at the farm. The ones that we have out at the farm are the Apache brand of or the Apache flavored. Yeah, the bad thing about it is shipping anymore is nuts. So, I mean, if you order rod holders, at least order 2 of them, because then, you share the shipping. After you go up, after 2, the shipping goes up like $5 a rod holder because of the expense of the weight. And United States Postal Service has decided that they're going up dang near 20% for the next 4 months. Just to pay for the extra hiring that they got to do, because they don't know how to manage their money properly, and they do a bunch of crap to DEI programs, which is stupid. I had a little Gaposaurus on that one, so I had to run over it twice. But we got her filled up. We got a hole right there. All right, there's another one. And that's the last one out of that batch of 40. Top a little bit. Captain Dog Tim, good morning. How you doing, brother? My hood's broken. It don't want to stay where I want it to stay. The back of my dial knobby right here. I'm gonna have to go get a new. Probably have to make you buy a whole new freaking harness. That is pulling up. Why'd you get so loose, dude? Get her in that. What the heck? After we get this one on, these 2 on here, we will, you like my, here, look at this. Repairs exterior wood and masonry, can be stained smooth. So that's exterior spackling paste, and that's a real can. So tell me how old that is. It don't have no date on it anywhere, but I don't even know where I got this can from. It just showed up one day. I don't know if it came in some yard sale stuff that I got, or if it, I just don't remember where it came from. I really don't. Ah, don't you move. I boogered that whole tip again. I gotta spend more time sharpening today than I am welding. Hold on a minute. Alright. Trying to get that extra junk off the edge of that tip. Get where I want you. The collet in this thing is getting a little bit not grabby enough. Come on, Hood, work for me. But every one of these gets clamped down twice, for sure. Just because I want them to be flat. I don't want to have no twist in them. I've made a couple with a few little twists to them. Okay, that was the last one of that. So now we'll get rid of the jig. So, you know, also while you're out here, you can take this. This thing weighs about 20 pounds or so. So while you're out here, you know, you got to get a little, you know, Do a little exercise. Don't hit nothing. Do some curls. There, I did my cardio for today, Ma. Hey, Jay. How you doing? I seen a video of you yesterday standing in your powder coating oven. That's a pretty nice oven. Head downtown, Ernie Brown. Having breakfast and listening. Well, sorry my voice is hurting your ears. All right, so now what we do is we take one of these foot plates, we stick it on here, and I got a spot that I had marked. I think that's it right there. Can't see my line that I had. I think that's it right there. Now where'd my tape measure go? Matter of fact, I got one right here. I'll use it to verify my. Yep, that's it. Alright, so we verified our hole, our mark, our spot. So if you know, my new plates come with DHA on it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's for being I keep dropping that thing. Being cooler weather, it's humid. Get that where I want it. I moved it. Quit moving it, Dave. Pop that on there. And we'll cook her on. I'll cook that baby on there. Now, I don't use any rod when I do these sides because I take the shoulder of that metal and I cook it enough that it melts down into the rod. Now, when we do the inside, we'll use the MIG because I'm not real good at TIG welding inside there, which is fine if we use the MIG on the inside. You just get a little splatter there, you clean it up, and it's fine. But we'll weld on a few of these plates to get them in their places. But like I said, I want to make the strongest rod holders you can buy. And I think I do. Several of you out there, like I said, have them. And, you know, you like them. So I appreciate that. And that last one got a little warm in my hand. So we're going to kind of use these pliers to hold that thing in place on this rod. Burn her on! And then Avid, if you're still in here, bud, yeah, you are. I will say this day rod holders are the strongest. I appreciate that. Yeah, my garden's slowing down too. Peppers are turning fast. They start turning colors real quick when you get this type of weather. But Avid, I know you wanted me to make you a special rod holder, and I tried to get over to Wichita last week, and I didn't get over there because I want to get a little smaller rod. And but I'm going today, so I'm going to try to get over there and get you a rod today, some smaller rod, because Avid's got a special little deal that he's wanting done. So I'm not going to tell y'all. It's his place if he wants to or not. But I'll get over there and get that, and then I'll get it made tomorrow and get it out to you the next day. But like I said, if y'all want some I didn't let that cool up against that thing, so now I boogered that in again. Because I had something on my brain and I wanted to say it. That end didn't do very well. I need a piece of rod. Alright. See, my welds aren't super great, but they're pretty great. They're way better than minging it. One, two, three. We'll do one more, and then I'll stop doing this. And I'll talk to you about some other stuff we got going on. It is starting to get light enough outside that you can see. Yeah. Can't pick up. There we go. Couldn't pick up my rod again. Come on, leg, cooperate. in the wrong hand. There for a minute, I felt like a dog with a big stick in his mouth. Couldn't get through the door. I was trying to shut my helmet while I had this rod in my mouth. Make sure that stayed straight. See, it's only 150 amp tip, and I can tell when she's getting hot because it doesn't want to cook it as fast. And when I do these long runs like this, I can only do 4 or 5 or 6, and then I gotta let the machine cool down. If you can hear it's still running and I'm not welding. So the machine's getting hot itself. Now I do have a Miller-Matic 220, and I just needed another 4 today. But I got plenty of foot plates to weld up. And now that I've messed up my helmet, I'll go stop by Lambton Welding. So I've got this many foot plates, so I could have welded all those up today. But I'm not going to keep fighting my helmet because it's dropping on my head and it's driving me nuts. So we'll just do some other stuff here real quick. I saw this Dave's rod holder are the strong. Okay, so I already read that comment. But as you can tell, it's hot out here already again. So, but here, let's go look at this. See if too many clouds. The sun's not wanting to peek out. But what I wanted to talk about was that right there. You see that? That's that's the Jolly Roger. And if y'all didn't know, the Jolly Roger is for sale. It kills my back. Every time I go out there on the waves and I'm doing all that, I can't move for 2 or 3 days afterwards. So, painted frame, as you can see, it's got an orange receiver, so you don't, if anybody says that they can't see that and they hit their leg, it's their fault. But I've sanded and painted the frame. We, of course, painted the boat. It comes with a spot lock trolling motor and remote. It comes with 2 lithium batteries for the trolling motor, an AMG battery for the Garmin side sonar, which it comes with, and a lead acid battery for the starting of the motor. So basically there's 4 batteries on this boat. So there's $1,000 worth of batteries right there. The trailer itself alone is worth $2,500 as it sets. There's $7,000 new for that trailer because it's the good trailer with the wheels on the outside of it. And I've got new wheel bearings and new hubs. Get through this wet gravel. So I got new wheel bearings and hubs. It's got LED lights on it, the transducers on the back. It's got my homemade console. It has the box that you set on that is got all the batteries stored in it, except for the lead batteries back there in that box. It has a 90 horse 2-stroke, which it is the inline 6, which is the best of the best as far as back in the day, 1980s It was, you know, like the 3.8 liter of the Chevy world, the GM world. That's what this, whoop, that's what that motor right there is a 90 horse, and it is the best you can get as far as two strokes. So, and as you can see, we've also got the Jolly Roger painted on the back panel. I did that by hand just so to add some nostalgia. And it can be unbolted and taken off and, you know, put a gate back there. I do still have the gates out at the farm. I did take that front and moved it back and eliminated the side gate. Let me see if I can push my way. People started to come to work next door, and I guess got turned away. They're not working early today or something. Let me get back over here again. But I did that so I can have this room right here on the side to get my wheelchair onto off of the dock. So what I do is I just back the boat right down next to the boat ramp and tie it off, and then I can just get right up on it and stuff. But like I said, it just kills my back. My hair is all poofing out sideways. But it kills my back doing it, and I just can't handle it. So we're going to sell the boat. I want $7,500 or best offer. I mean, like I said, it's got a new jack on it, like the new screw, you know, lift jack, screw jack, whatever. It's got a new crank on it as well. It's got I'll get my finger in the right spot. Got these little lights right here, the floodlights, so you can see while you're getting back in at night. It's got all new rewiring, everything. So, I mean, I completely redid this boat in the hopes of having it for years. And yeah, it just... So we're going to buy a camper, and that's where I'm at. I'm going to go get me a camper. Hey, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm even, Jerry does the powder coating and stuff like that, and he's kind of got me interested in just watching him about doing some powder coating myself. So I'm going to be doing some powder coating, and I'm going to get it all, you know, worked up and do all that. There's Mama. So, but anyways, I think I'm done, y'all. All right, so we'll see y'all later. Okay, bye. Be blessed.
You done?
Well, I got to figure out how I ended it.